Hey everyone, it's Megan, nutrition practitioner and also the creator of Skinny Fidelicious, where you get low-calorie, gluten-free recipes made with real food ingredients. Today I'm going to talk to you about my top slim down tips. This is something that I'm asked about all the time from clients and readers. What are my top tips for slimming down? So let's jump right in. Number one, stop dieting. So if you know me and you know my story, you know that I lost 80 pounds about 8 years ago just by walking and changing my diet slowly over the course of a year to eating healthier. So the thing with diets is there's every diet under the sun out there. Keto, paleo, magic pills, I mean, just all kinds of things. It's a $61 billion industry, weight loss products. So if you think about it, you know, if there was a magic pill or a magic diet that everybody could do that worked for everyone, then I wouldn't have a job and you wouldn't probably be here. So the thing is though, is that the issue isn't so much about losing weight. And this is what I really try to stress with my clients is stop looking at it as a diet, because a diet means short term. The issue is not losing weight. Many people can lose weight. The real issue is keeping it off, because most people that lose weight, they take that weight back on and even then some. And that's about 80% of people. 80% of people regain the weight after losing. Holy cow. Why is this? This is because people are not in it for the long term. So you need to sit back and think to yourself, okay, I'm doing this keto diet. Am I going to be able to do this 6 months or a year or 2 years or 3 years from now? If not, it's not something that's going to work for you. And I'm not saying any of those diets are bad. I just think that you have to really be honest with yourself and think, you know, is this something that is sustainable long term? Because at the end of the day, any diet can work for anybody. It's just a matter of how long can you really stick with it. And willpower is only going to get you so far. My number two tip is you need to be healthy to lose weight. And you know, weight loss is really a byproduct of being healthy. I can't tell you how many clients I have seen in the past 2 or 3 years who have severe metabolic issues, hormonal dysfunctions, just a lot of different issues going on, and they can't lose weight. And what I always say is, you know, the body is designed to protect itself. It's designed to survive. So if there's something going on with your body that, you know, is unhealthy, or you have some kind of medical problem going on that's not being addressed, your body's not going to lose weight. Your body is not designed to, hey, I want to look good naked in a bikini. Your body is designed to help itself survive. And when some of those key things medically are not functioning properly in your body, that's when you run into the issue of not losing weight. So if you've been doing the same things for a while and not getting results, my advice to you is, you know, you really need to get yourself checked out by a naturopath or somebody who looks at, by a functional doctor or somebody who looks at you holistically. You know, it could be a hormonal imbalance, it could be a thyroid problem, a stress response, it could be adaptive physiology, which means that you've just been doing the same stuff over and over and over again for too long, which does happen with people who are chronic dieters. They eat the same things over and over again, they do the same things over and over again, and your body just adapts. It creates a new set point, it lowers your caloric requirement, and then people can't lose weight. It's a plateau is really what people usually call it. So that's why it's really important to always be switching things up and not doing the same thing over and over and over again. So then my next thought is here, my next tip for you is, you know, healthy foods. So just because something is a healthy food doesn't mean it's healthy for you. And a really good example of this is, you know, this morning I was talking to a client who is in my group coaching, and she was sharing with me her morning smoothie that she's been eating, and she's really struggling with sugar cravings and, you know, really trying to get from breakfast to lunch without having like these intense cravings, right? And when I looked at her smoothie, you know, there were a bunch of things that struck out at me, but the one thing that struck out at me was that, you know, she had a lot of healthy ingredients, but they were really high in quick sugars and quick carbohydrates like bananas and, you know, things that your body breaks down and uses immediately as energy and spikes your blood sugar. So a banana is really healthy, and there's a time and place for certain people to eat them. Like after you run a marathon and your muscles are completely depleted is a great time to eat a banana. But when you're somebody who's over 200 pounds, eating a banana first thing in the morning isn't helping you. As a matter of fact, you're probably storing it as fat because you have nowhere in your muscles to store it, and you're not exercising enough to really need that replenishment. So, like I said, healthy foods may be healthy, but they might not be right for you. And that's where, having, a coach or somebody to work with who can really guide you through those things, or getting involved in a group coaching setting, really working with somebody who has a nutritional background or a registered dietitian. I will say that you do have to be careful about some of the nutritionists that are out there, because a lot of them do like 30-day certificates and none of it's science backed. My program that I took was 2 years long, and it was all science-based, just like registered dietitians is, although theirs is much more extensive. So be really cautious about who you listen to online and who you believe, because some of these people don't have that science-based knowledge. All right, so my next tip is measure everything. The one biggest thing that I learned in my 80-pound weight loss was measuring was key. I mean, I even kept measuring cups and tablespoons in my purse when I was first starting out, because I would measure rice and I was like, wow, I can't believe how much I was overeating rice and pasta and just all those carbohydrates that, like I said, get stored as fat if you're not really careful. So measure everything, because most people are overeating things by 2, 3, 4 times the serving size. A serving size of brown rice is a half of a cup, and not packed in, just loosely packed in. And so once you start measuring everything, you're gonna realize that maybe your portion sizes are out of control. My next slim down tip is stop wasting calories on silly things. It's really easy to kind of mindlessly snack throughout the day and, hey, I'm gonna take a little nibble of this and a little nibble of that, and then at the end of the day, you just ate like 1,000 calories in little nibbles. So, just bringing awareness to yourself and those behaviors can save you a ton of calories. Empty calories usually is what they are. And what I always tell my clients is beef up on the meals, stop snacking. And that's the opposite of what most people think. I mean, there's no research that really definitively says that snacking helps increase your metabolism. As a matter of fact, I really feel like it kind of damages your metabolism. But that's just my personal thought. So stop mindlessly snacking throughout the day, because they add up. And the other thing is watch your drinks. Even healthy drinks like, juices or coconut water or kombucha or, sodas, all of these like energy drinks, they all have a ton of calories and sugar. So they can easily add up. I will tell you from experience with my boyfriend, he stopped drinking soda and lost like 5 pounds. So, I mean, it can be something just as simple as that can help you. So my next tip is restrictive dieting. So stop restrictive dieting. And, in my mind, everything is something you can eat. It's just a matter of how you fit it in and how you balance it out. And the reason why, in my own 80-pound weight loss, I was very diligent with myself in terms of allowing myself to eat treats, allowing myself to eat bread. But again, it was in moderation, it was in the right portion, it was balanced with protein and fat, and I also let myself have a cookie a day. I think I had a kashi cookie every single day, an oatmeal raisin cookie. I can't eat those anymore because they're not gluten-free, but every single day I had a cookie, because I knew myself well enough that if I didn't have that one little treat every single day, I would never stick to eating the way I wanted to be eating for life. So, the thing is with restrictive eating, a lot of times people start with diets and they start like, I can't eat this, I can't eat this, I can't eat this. And they have this whole list of things that they can't eat. Or they buy a meal plan and there's like all these rules and regulations, right? I don't do that with my clients. I don't do that with my meal plans, but there are many of those out there that do. And the reality is, think about it. Like, how many times has somebody told you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't eat this, or you can't eat that? I mean, I'm sure your mother or somebody, in your life has said that to you more than once. And as soon as they said that to you, you want to do it even more. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So think about it. I mean, that's our nature, to automatically want it. So don't restrict yourself. Just make it fit into your day and balance it out with some healthier choices. Because, think about it. Willpower is only going to last you so long. Food is really more than physical. And this is what some people don't really realize. It's also physiological for the body, for our cells. It's information that our cells are taking in. So, don't set yourself up for failure by thinking, that by restricting your diet, you're going to achieve your goals faster or easier. Again, have that long-term vision in place. Is this really how you want to be eating 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years from now? So, I'm sure most of you want treats built into your diets. And that was how I looked at it. And that's really why I think that my weight loss was successful and I've been able to maintain it for so long. It's not because I'm on some crazy diet or restricting myself. So last but not least, my last tip, and this kind of goes along with the restrictive dieting, is flexible dieting. So I love, doing macronutrients, which, that's just a big term for, protein, carbs, and fat, which I'm sure you guys have all heard of. But I really like counting macronutrients because it really gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of your diet. This is actually something that we're working on in my group coaching right now. I'm calculating the macros for the ladies, and they're working out how to fit those macros into their food choices. So it gives you a lot of flexibility because then you can choose, okay, I want to have a hamburger and fries on Friday. How do I build my macros around that? So, the thing is that tracking teaches you, tracking your macros really does teach you more about taking a balanced approach to your diet so that you're not restricting. And it also teaches you a lot about portion control, which again goes with the whole measuring thing. So, this way, when you are counting macros, you're not binging on carbs at breakfast or, at one meal per day. You're really trying to have to figure out how to get all of my protein goals in for the day and how to make that work for me. And over the course of time, once you start doing it over and over again, it teaches you to make better decisions. So, just as an example, I think what everyone needs to start realizing is that, gaining weight is just as gradual as losing weight. It takes time. So you don't gain weight by having a hamburger and fries one night. You gain weight by eating junk over and over and over and over again. And the same thing goes for, you're not going to lose weight by eating one salad. Hey, I made a healthy choice, I'm going to lose weight. No, you have to do it repeatedly, consistently, all the time. So, be in it for the long haul. Look at it in the long haul. And again, that's why I love flexible dieting and trying to really work in with those macronutrients, because it just allows somebody a lot of flexibility. It teaches them how to balance their macronutrients better so that they're getting the right amount of carbs, protein, and fat, and not overindulging in one food that may be causing them to store more fat instead of burn more fat. All right, so that was kind of a lot of tips, but those are my top slim down tips. And I hope that you guys find them helpful. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. I love hearing from you guys. Bye.